Okay, greetings, fam. Greetings, Bloodline. You have a special edition here of Staying in the Light. And where I am is early morning hours. That's when the real energy is taking place. Don't believe me? If you when it's dark, when it's cloudless sky, look up. You see the ships moving, doing their gymnastic works, doing their energy works. You can tune into that energy. If you can tune into that energy, you would know exactly what I'm speaking of. And you know what we do here, we bring you the light. We don't we don't hold back. I've been talking for years about unity as a community because this is what people do, especially in a place like America where you have different communities. They all have one goal: to increase the prosperity of their community. So how do you do that? It's simple. You set up businesses that produce what's needed in your community, and you trade within those communities. You keep your finances in your community, at least rotating it 10, 15 more times. In other words, the more business you do within your community, the more people benefit from your own finances. So when people are not doing that, it's because they're not unified. They're just spending their money anywhere. And this is the main purpose of so called social integration, in my opinion, to take you away from your, let's call it segregated economics. Yes, that's a good term. You had segregated economics. They said, no, we want to integrate your economic. We want to increase our prosperity by destroying yours. So a lot of things were put in place to prevent us from coming together as one again, because we've always been there. We've always had this knowledge of prosperity within our community. Matter of fact, we set the model that the whole world follows as far as segregated economics. But everything can be changed when the knowledge is not passed down. And we have reasons. We don't have excuses. We have reasons. Excuses mean that you did something wrong and you're trying to make up for it. Reasons is that some things happen beyond your control. And you got to realize what happened and go back and correct it. So that's the point of what we do here, staying in the light. We're showing you what has happened in the past that has disconnected us from our segregated economics, and we got to get it back. We got to. Now, if you are without your community, not trading in your community, you are committing economic suicide. What's being said is that you are letting your your energy, which is money, your resources benefit others and not yourself. Not only that, those resources are used against you. So that's why we say economic genocide, because it's a system set up for you to finance your own downfall or separation. So knowing this is salvation, because now you say, oh, I know what we've been doing wrong and we can correct it. Let me take you back in time of my experiences in a segregated community. We had our own currency. You know what that currency was? Knowledge. We traded knowledge and know how. And if we need resources we didn't produce, we went to other communities and got it until we was able to be independent of them and produce our own. We didn't sell our soul, which is our resources, indefinitely to benefit others. You have to realize we are the masters of this stock market. They call it Wall Street. In my generation, we call it policy. That's the idea of generating income that benefits your community. You have to target the population you want to benefit. It's very simple. Everyone contributes whatever they can for an idea. That's where the knowledge come in, because you know this is what you need to do. And that idea can take many, many, for example, food, clothing, shelter. These are ideas we have to have. So you find a way of producing that for your community. And you're trading that knowledge. That's currency. So you may get the currency outside of your community, but you bring it in your community and you trade within. Let's say you purchase some food that's being produced in your community. Okay. The producer of the food purchase items needed to produce the food in his store, in his community. You see how that happens? The store invests in the bank in his community. So you see how that money is, that energy, that knowledge is circulating. It's circulating in your community. That's how you build prosperity. We've been sold a fake bill of goods that prosperity comes from an individual attaining it. No, no. That's a that's a very selfish and evil way of obtaining it. You achieve prosperity as communities. Because if you try to do it as an individual, it's counterproductive. Because what goes into you being that you become a product, and no different than being a slave, everyone lives off you and feeds off you. And there's laws in place. Some of y'all maybe didn't know this. I hope you can hear me. I got this fan going on because I don't like to use the air condition. I hope you know this. There are laws in place against utilizing your resources to benefit your community. Did you know that? This is the only community that has these laws. Let's say rules, because there's only law is natural law. But there's rules in place. This is why somebody like Oprah Winfrey, billionaire, she has to go to, or she chose to go to South Africa to invest in the population there. Why she wouldn't do it here? Because it was unlawful for her. It was it was against the rules for her to do it here in America. You see. Now Steve Harvey is doing something, setting up a camp. He's trying to go against the rules in a way, but the camp has to be integrated. Things are changing, but however, we have to know what's going on. Well, that's the message I have for you all. That's the message. Segregated economy. First, the idea is you come together and unify. Even if you don't have anything to sell or to exchange or barter, just build relationships with people in your community. Then, as these products come online, as you bring businesses online that's needed in your community, you have a clientele established. And that circulate those finances in that community, in that circle. And that's how everyone achieve prosperity because you're not looking outside of yourself. Don't you know that's a divine principle? Let's call that the principle of I am. Every time you say I am, you're magnifying the supreme being in you. That's the point behind the scripture saying, say, who sent you? I am. I am self sufficient. I am determined. I am the creator of my destiny. There's so many I ams in that word. What it's not does not exist. That's the Antichrist when you use I am and use something negative. So this is one of the symbols we have for staying in the light. We have Hebrew there. This is my ancestral symbols. Private. It's not a public symbol. I'm just showing it to you of some of the things that you can do to bring back to your ancient memory. Because this day and time, 2025, according to the Gregorian calendar, we got to emphasize that this is not our calendar. But even according to their calendar, this is the time for us to rise. That's why there have been so many things put in place, so many things to prevent that from happening. But you can't stop an idea whose time has come. So let me know who you are, want to be a part of this community, who have items, who want, even if you don't have products to exchange in the community, let's build a relationship. That's the wealth right there. That's the wealth is the relationships. And that's the law of nations. That's how nations operate. And we started this. And many, many centuries ago, and we got to get it back. We will get it back. So, with that, we're going to say thank you for listening in. Until next time, shalom